Listen, we were late by like a minute.
What's a minute between?
But Luke just got here. Do you know what I mean? The traffic is bad. It's hard to park. It's a nightmare around here. Folks, welcome to the show, particularly if you're joining us live. We love our live engagement and members on this channel, so thanks for joining us live. Today's show, we're going to be talking about the current factions in Warhammer 40,000, and Luke and I are going to be debating with you, lovely men in the chat, which are the most fun. So we're not going to do like a tier list, which is like, which is the strongest. We're not going to do like an Art of War style maneuver with this. Instead, we're going to do, if you're a normal man, like me and Luke, and you're looking at your armies post-data slate, which one's the most fun to play? And we're going to consider in that, like how competitive it is on the table, how much other people want to play it, what kind of range you can currently get on the table, the current points, your bang for your buck. We're going to be discussing a whole range of things and factors we're taking into consideration. And we're going to get through a whole bunch of factions with you wonderful folk in the chat. If you're not joining us live, then thanks for watching the show. Please like and subscribe. If you want to become a member, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below. You get access to our Discord. You can join our team. You can come be daft lads with us. You could even meet us in person like some people did recently, and I got a hard time because I didn't turn up and meet them. But sorry about that. But I will be at the next
you were busy sorting out all studio and stuff, so
I was building things. Building stuff. And then after this, we are going to do a members show. On the members show, we've got a new feature, a monthly Harambe Award. Harambe's Hero Award will be given out. We will be debating and discussing who we think deserves that for this month for outstanding participation in the name and memory of Harambe. And also, I got a subject I'm going to throw in there, Luke, which came to me earlier today as I was listening to a book. I'm not going to say too much about it, actually, but it's probably going to be controversial and upset a load of people. But who cares? Luke, welcome, my friend. How are you keeping?
Good, yeah. Got the stench of London off me. I was at London for work today.
Wow, it's awful. It's awful. It's awful.
I feel bad saying that, but
no, it's an awful place.
Yeah, it's come home and shower immediately.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah,
Living there, like, you forget. Well, you don't realise how bad it is, and you come out and you live somewhere nice, and you go back and you're just like, ugh. There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. That's a good way of saying it. There's a lot going on all the time, non-stop. Can't stop. But,
and people can't, this is sort of members show chat already, but like, people can't serve you properly in London. Like, if I go to the shop down here, they interact with me like I'm another human being. You know, oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah, cheers, thanks, to pay there. London, they're like, what? I can't believe you've come into my shop to try and buy something. Jokers. Let's get straight into this. Welcome, chat. We would very much like the chat to be involved and let us know what you think to many of these suggestions. We're going to take it from the top and go alphabetically and start with da-da. Can I just say what stupid name that is?
What, Codex?
No, Luke, not Codex.
Yeah.
Adeptus. I just still will always call them sisters.
As a fun.
Was it a copyright thing?
Yeah. It's to protect their intellectual property, because they've struggled to defend against things like Space Marine, because it's very generic, and there are Space Marines in all sorts of other things, and empires and Imperiums and things. So Astra Militarum got called Astra Militarum instead of Imperial Guard, because Imperial Guard's as old as ancient history, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't copyright Imperial Guard.
No.
Sounds better though.
Oh yeah.
Sisters. So like, sisters have been riding a bit of a wave of fun for some time, and a lot of people were very much wanting to see a balanced data slate that brought them in line. We've got the sheet up, and there's a whole bunch of red on there. How hard did these guys get tickled? I'm sure Rob will be joining us in the chat or jumping.
The one that nobody shed a tear for was a Triumph, get a tickle down, because that was just too good and too cheap. But you'll notice that, in fact, all of the enhancements on Bringers of Flame, so it's more of a nerf to Bringers of Flame in particular than an
That's the stupid detachment,
system.
Wasn't it? That was the daft detachment.
Yeah, you can just, I think someone...
That was one you took to LGT.
That was one I took to LGT, yeah. And the best description I saw of how unfun to play Bringers of Flame was someone called their army list threat range, ? Yes. that was sort of Bringers of Flame in a nutshell. Like, you could just be where you need to be and just shoot what you need to shoot without really having to think. So this is a good thing, I think, for the game at large. Where it's also a little bit of a swing and a miss is they didn't really touch what they called the indirect ones. So indirect for the game, you talk about what's fun, what's not. This isn't very fun anymore, but for different reasons. So they've solved some problems, but you still got triple exorcist as a list, and you can sit those next to the triumph and go double miracle dice and re-rolls to ones to wound, and just basically go, right, that thing there is going to take 6 damage, then 6 damage again from one exorcist, and it's just not very nice.
Indirect.
It's not very nice.
Rob says in the chat, so well done, Rob, at the weekend.
Oh yeah, he cleaned up.
Rob came first at Luke's RTT. Good job, lad. Rob says, Sisters second in meta behind the stupid Imperial Guard army. Alice basically lose. Shall take 3 exorcists. I'd say now it's more unfun to play against than it was pre-nerf.
Yeah.
Interesting. So we are taking into consideration here. We're not just, as I said at the beginning, we're not just looking at these factions and tier listing them based on like, what's the best faction? We're thinking, would we want to play this faction right now? Is it in a good spot? And I think our community, and a lot of the chat we have on the channel, is about, it's good to play factions that other people also want to play against.
Yeah,
like
that's the big one here.
Do you want a game tonight? And you're just like, oh,
not really.
Not really. Don't really want to play that.
I'm going to hide 3 exorcists behind a wall, and you've got to deal with that.
Yeah. So Rob's argument is maybe they're less fun than they were before, which is
definitely to play into, I think.
Not ideal. What about playing with, and Rob, you feel free to jump in and share your thoughts here. So when we're thinking about armies that are fun to play, you want like your opponent to be actually be up for a game. You also want them to be decent on the table. You don't want to be like, oh, here's this army that's absolutely god awful. You want like something to have a bit of punch, which Sisters clearly do. Clearly a very strong, strong army. Maybe not the most fun faction to play against. Maybe we're not scoring them too highly there. But from a selfish perspective, in terms of diversity of lists that you can build, like can you go quite deep into the range?
Yeah, and I think like Miracle Dice is still good, and you can, even on some of the weaker detachments, like the close combat one, for example, like the fact that you're guaranteeing charges, you're getting rid of some of the uncertainty with Miracle Dice, that's still good, and that's still a fun thing to have at your disposal. The big thing for me is just the indirect part, and I'm speaking as someone who's taken like Imperial Guard, like Car Park of indirect before.
You played that against me. First game we ever had, you came around here and brought a Car Park of Imperial Guard, indirect fire,
beep, beep,
and literally sat in the deployment and screened me out in a massive block.
Yep.
I was like,
was that fun?
No,
and that's so.
No, I just moaned. I just moaned about indirect fire all game, and then I think I moaned about Overwatch.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
Then I was like, thanks for coming around. See you never again. I'm joking.
But that's it. That's the thing. You got the Exorcists do a very similar thing. So it's just that's the problem with it. That's what makes it not very fun. So, yeah.
I'm not feeling too positive about Sisters. Adam says Sisters is for people who want to get fist. Oh, just gone into that comment about pre-reading.
Always, yeah.
I'll try and read it. Sisters is for... Adam's on strike, apparently. Adam, we need to have a word in the members chat. Sisters is for people who want to get something by a wrinkly grandma bodybuilder after eating a Vindaloo. Brilliant. Okay. Ross Tully says, hey, Ross, welcome, mate. I can't remember the last time someone said, nice, I've got Sisters next.
yeah. There we go.
Great. Up come Sisters. Ham says, can you go deep into the range? The internal balance is still rubbish. Everyone's running 3 Casses, 3 Exorcists isn't fun. Yeah, I'm not feeling too positive about the old Sisters. Is there any redeeming qualities? Where are they? Luke, you've got glasses on. That one.
That's a Drukhari.
The downside to the how I've set the studio up today is the screen is very far from me. I'm like, oh yes.
If the
Can we?
I think C.
Really?
You don't have to play a meta list. You could play something different. You could play something a bit off meta, and that would be fun for you. No.
I think it's D. Yeah. Well, chat. Come on, chat. Can you get lower than Sisters? Oh, here we go. My new favourite boys.
Lower than Sisters.
I love Custodes now. I'm painting Custodes behind you. Look.
Why do you love them now? I thought you always loved them.
Good question. No, I sort of fell out of them after the book came out, and I said I'm never going to touch them again. And I don't want anything to do with them. I hate them. They're absolutely rubbish. Why have Games Workshop? I think I did quite a long rant about them.
Isn't this because you're a bit of a cooler when it comes to the armies that you pick?
What do you mean a coolo?
Cooler. Isn't that like when...
Pardon?
A cooler.
What have you called me?
Basically, whatever you touch turns to shit.
Wow. Wow. Thanks, everyone, for joining the stream where Luke insults me.
As in, whatever faction you jump to gets in, like, immediately...
Yeah, that's not... I think the phrase, whatever I touch turns to shit, is probably not the right turn of phrase, Luke, but I appreciate the sentiment. You mean unlucky?
That's the one.
Thanks, yeah, slightly different. Yeah, I think Adeptus Custodes are sort of back on the map, right?
Back on the menu.
Like they're back on the menu, so not back on the map. I'm not very good with phrases. Welcome, free menu, mate. Good to see you. I don't know if they're extra dull, Ham. I don't know if they're that dull.
They are quite dull.
There's something moderately enjoyable about just putting things on objectives and trying to roll 4+, and then your opponent getting really upset as you roll 4+.
Yeah.
Or rage quitting and spitting your dummy. My biggest grumble with them at the moment is the best models and the coolest unit are shite, and they've still not dropped them by enough points to make them fun. They don't need the bikes.
The bikes?
Yeah, the bikes are great, but they're no good on the table, are they?
They haven't been good for a while, and I was
They were
surprised.
good in 9th.
Yeah, but we're reaching a point now where that was quite a while ago, and I remember thinking when this Codex came out, that was their time to sort the bikes out.
I said on record the bikes are going to be good. I bought a lot of the bikes. That was my stocks. I was like, put your money into bikes, and they're crap. The guns are awful.
Yeah.
They're not high enough toughness. They fly over something and do some mortals, but like when you're doing that, there's a lot of chat popping off. Guy, I'm going to read out guys because we like a guy shout out. Right, I'm on holiday and about to go to the pub. Because today's about as much fun as shoving gravel up your ass. Right, see you later. Brilliant. Another comment I should have vetted before I read out.
I put it to you.
He hates custodes, though. He absolutely despises custodes.
I think deep down, even custodes players hate custodes. The amount of times...
It's like an abusive relationship.
It is. But the amount of times I've heard, after saying to someone, how's your game going? And they say something like, I didn't really roll very well on my 4-ups. So the game went downhill, and it's like
all my wardens died.
Is it fun? But, living and dying on a 4-up. I can tell you as a GSC player, it's not very fun. Not right. Well,
I'm going to try and I'll give 30 seconds to try and we'll make a decision in 30 seconds on custodes because the chat are saying they're really boring, not fun, just got 4++ gameplay. Adam says, "Isn't it ironic that they're painted gold when actually it's a poor man's army due to their model?" Damn it. He's just like ruined my point. I was going to say they're quite cheap to collect. It's like literally. Okay, listen. Quick to get on the table. Low model count army. Spray them gold. Black wash. Highlight. So if you just want to get an army, get it on the table. And if you're not very good at the game and you want to just put stuff on objectives and try and survive, Custodes are fun. And if you like dipping into Forge World, they've got some Forge World options.
It's a gateway.
And people don't mind playing Custodes.
I actually don't mind playing Custodes. I don't like playing Custodes with Orks, but any other time I'll play Custodes and enjoy it.
Guy says, all I say about Custodes players is check the hard drives. Brilliant. Well, I feel like I'm losing. I feel like I'm losing the battle against Custodes.
No higher than B. I think they're quite a.
We're going to see him, right, Luke? Use your. That's them.
The demons.
Well, I can't see, Luke. I'm colourblind. It's about 9 foot from me. I don't know. Is that a Custodes?
No, that's a berserker. I don't think they're them. They are.
Come back to Custodes in a minute.
No, that's GSC. Yeah, I don't.
Fine. I'll find a Custodes symbol and put it on. But I'm voting C.
Yep.
Admech. Oh God.
So I
go from a poor man's army to a billionaire's army.
This is a cultured individual plays Adeptus mechanicus. I think this is good. I don't think this is a very good first army for someone, both financially and also just trying to work out what the heck it does. And I think after these little changes and the previous, just the snowball effect of all the changes that they've had, they were in a good place before these, and they're in a good place now. And I think a dedicated player is going to be having a merry old time at the moment. Sort of
They've been pulling some results in AdMech on Meta Monday.
Yeah.
They've been doing pretty good. Are they in a state where they're competitive again? Because when the book came out, they just were god awful, weren't they?
Yeah, I think they are. And I don't think that necessarily there's the same level of players as some other factions, which may or may not be skewing the numbers on it, but they definitely have a lot of viable options. They're very like you can just be blasted to pieces out of nowhere, and they've got lots of little units to run around and score and stuff. So they're great.
It's a funny chat. Ross had a good comment. Not enough. No one's played against AdMech. There's not enough information to vote because there's just like no AdMech players.
That's the thing.
And Ham says Bird Jail isn't fun to play against, but other than that, it's fine. Adam says AdMech are a really fun army as long as you derive enjoyment from clamping your nipples with. I should. It don't matter. We're going to do an edited version. It's actually for the first time.
But yeah, they're good. And who doesn't like the big robots, the smashy robots, and like the breaches on little half tracks? And stuff.
I got damaged by breaches. Do you remember that game I had against Liam?
Oh yeah.
Someone's saying, Thomas, sit up straight. What is it? What do you mean sit up straight, mate? I'm a right sloucher. B for AdMech. Reasonably competitive.
Yep.
I don't like the models at all, but I know some people like really into the models. They're not A or S or higher than that because they're ridiculously expensive. Like very, very hard to collect. Right.
All the tendrils.
B. Guy, are you happy with that? Unless Guy's gone out drinking back on his holiday.
Solid points as to why they're in B. I think that's good.
All good points.
That's nothing.
No, we don't want to talk about them. Bloody Eldar. Do you remember at the beginning of this edition when no one even wanted to say the word Eldar? No. It was like a sin to play them at a club when they were just fake dicing everyone to high hell right at the beginning of the edition. Awful. Now, however,
that was unfun.
Now there's a lot less Eldar players. Just saying, a lot of people who mysterious love for Eldar has vanished. I'm playing him at the club tomorrow night in my league game.
Oh,
playing Ryan.
Nice.
He's Eldar. I've resubmitted my list of Tom Green, just completely changed it to be really good against Tau and Eldar. We've done a total revamp of my list just to play them two.
I revamp my list as well because I got one last game and I just said, can I just change everything about it, please?
You can't just restart.
Had enough.
And play Space Wolves.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
Might as well have done.
Wait a minute. Model range is deep for Eldar. Fun to collect, lots to choose from. On the table, play style, and in terms of like people wanting to play it with club and stuff, feels pretty good position.
Yeah, there's enough little tricks and shenanigans in there to scratch the itch from that sort of play style, running around doing all sorts of like moving, shooting nonsense. I think they're quite they're definitely a fun army to use. I think the people that play Eldar enjoy playing Eldar.
There's a lot of points drops for them.
Yeah.
They'd really fallen off. I mean, they hit them pretty hard, didn't they, with the nerfs in the last couple of slates?
Yeah. But I think they've always been a dodgy one to balance as much as when they're bad, it feels like everything's overcosted. Your stuff's quite fragile, and when you take losses, you really feel it. So it's nice to see some points come down for a lot of the different units, especially some of the stuff not being played very much.
Adam says, it's really tickled me.
Oh no.
Eldar can be fun as long as your idea of fun is listening to Marilyn Manson while walking your cat. It's really tickled. Tom says, I'd rather have a night out with Keir Starmer than play Eldar.
He plays Dark Eldar. What's the difference? It's all the same, right?
They've still got that. There's still a bit of, come on. It's still Eldar. Do you know what I mean? Even though like they're not as awful as they were at the beginning of the edition.
So
there's still a bit.
See,
I think
they're not as bad as Planet Sisters.
I think Eldar. I think if someone said I'm collecting Eldar, I think that's a fun try. I think that's a B or an A.
Okay.
I think we can't put A though because I think Tom and Adam make good points. That like there's still the stereotype of like, oh, you play Eldar.
Yeah, B then.
The decent diversity of
bottom of B
model range. decent on the table.
When you see a really well painted Eldar army, that's a nice thing to behold. Like if someone's really
Yeah, if you're a good
nice.
painter, Eldar's fun to go into. Unlike custodes. Custodes, you just.
Everyone's
Well, I'm
just
trying with them. I'm trying to make them look good.
Yeah, look good. From what I can see, this.
Well, miles away, Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, look great, mate. Yeah, like 20 foot from.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Bloody Imperial Guard.
Uh-oh. I do
Bloody
not understand
Imperial Guard. What they're doing with these.
how they got away with this. And the Aquilons, the new unit as well.
That new unit, I only found out about that last week, is an absolute joke.
Yeah.
Why they're releasing stuff like that?
It's mad. Absolutely mad.
Great. Listen, Games Workshop, Grey Knights do the deep strike 3-inch thing. Get away from some Grey Knights thing. Don't just start giving it to like normal men.
Normal men.
Don't give it to them. They don't deserve it.
No, you're right. This is the faction that shouldn't have fancy stuff like that.
This is a faction you should play them, and if you win with Imperial Guard, you should be like, most of my stuff's dead.
Yeah,
but at least I won. You shouldn't be like, oh, my stuff's infinitely coming back, so I killed a unit, or it's coming back.
well,
still got that.
You do that once, but yeah,
They didn't used to be able to do that once, did they? Used to do that
used to be all the time.
through the game, Luke.
Yeah.
Again, another time I've played you.
Yep.
I'm going to keep reading Adam's out because he's coming with some bangers. People who find Guard fun are the same kind of people who are excited for their new Halloween-themed Discord ping.
Oh dear.
Fun.
Yeah.
They're not very fun to play at the moment, either, let's be completely honest.
At the moment, no. But the Guard fans are a pretty diehard bunch. Like they
Culty.
Yeah.
Blacks employees.
You're in the Guard now, son. Like they love it. Tanks and stuff. Treadheads.
Yeah. That's not an excuse. There are a lot of, basically what we're saying is a lot of Guard players are a bit weird.
Yeah. Coming from a Guard player, yeah, that's very true. Very true.
The update tickled up Bullgrins, which were in most lists, right? Every Guard player I've had a squad of them charging around, being very annoying.
Yeah. I mean, just take less now or take Bullgrins because you can do some interesting stuff with Bullgrins as well.
Do you think they needed more of a tickle to make them enjoyable?
Yeah.
My point of Return to the Old was, I clearly chose a bad time to be trying to make some progress with my Guard. Let's swing it around and not demotivate him completely. Can you have fun playing with and against Imperial Guard?
Yes, you can.
How off meta do you have to go with your list?
I don't think you have to go off meta, but what's nice about it is you totally can. You could just run all Lehman Russ and just have a merry old time just shooting people with tanks. You can just go all infantry. That's what I did in my league list the last time. I just took nothing but guardsmen, and it was great.
Was that when they could infinitely come back?
Yeah,
okay. So look at this chat. This is how.
It wasn't very good.
Love how you're like, just
well.
coincidentally for a bit of fun, I happened to try and exploit this ridiculous rule that meant my army could infinitely come back to the table.
I didn't do very well.
Let me say this about a good Guard army. It looks ace on the table. Nothing encapsulates 40k more than a good, nicely painted, balanced Guard army.
It's very true.
And I think getting the tanks, putting the tanks together, painting the tanks, doing the squads from a a fun point of view, I can see, and I get why Guard players go deep into Guard, and it's a bit culty because they are quite different to what other factions out there.
Yeah.
No, you think about Eldar, very similar to Dark Eldar. But, they're kind of elite armies, elite infantry units, which you get everywhere. No other army does anything really like Guard, do they?
No. And you got all the tanks, and you can go like mechanized infantry as well. So you could just go all like heavy tanks, or you could go mech infantry, or you could even do the Scions thing as well, which I've seen people do, where you just have like loads of the more elite troops. You can swarm with infantry. You can take lots of ball grid. So many different things. Or you can just take the 3 super heavies, 3 or 4 super heavies as well as a list. Like you just got so much choice. So I think they're a good fun faction. It's just a shame.
We're going to divide the chat here. There's a very divided community of people exploring this.
They're saying unfun.
It's a mixed bag. Go on, there he is.
There he is.
Right, they're absolutely nowhere near here. I don't think they're up here. I think they're an A or a B.
I think B, at the bottom of B. And the reason I wouldn't put them higher than that, above things like Admech or whatever, is because they need to be tickled down a bit more. I think they're still a bit too good.
Still a bit cheeky.
Yeah, which is
Brandon, I can't read that comment out. That is absolutely wild. Jesus. Someone made a good counterpoint to me, Tom. Nothing looks worse than a badly painted guard army, though. That is fair. A badly painted guard army is bad times. And Tom says you're mental putting them anywhere near B. I don't know. I can see the attraction. If we're assessing this based on how fun is this faction to collect and play and have at your local club, you don't have to take the most bonkers, ridiculous meta list. You could take something a bit more balanced that people are like, oh, cool, I'm playing guard.
Looking at it holistically.
Yeah, and they've not got slammed. Yeah, I think Luke's point stands at like they might have needed a little bit of a tickle down. But if we're recommending people which are the good factions to have in your collection right now, guard feels like a good army.
Yeah.
People will pay you. No, we're not fascists, Brandon. Don't always read the chat, Paul. Don't always read the chat. Oh, Black Templars. I mean, they were having a lot of fun not too long ago. They were waving and flying the Space Marine flag, but they've definitely got a tickle up in the points. All the stuff that they were taking in that list, we can see is now red and has that arrow pointing up. Space Marines generally have dropped off a little bit, haven't they, in terms of... Although you can put, I know sometimes those stats put Black Templars aside from that, and you've got like generic Space Marines and then all the different flavours. I mean, they're Space Marines, so they're definitely fun, regardless. Like, they're the best. They're Space Marines.
Die on that hill. I think the problem with something like this is, like, quite a lot of that stuff's red, and there's not that many different options to take. So if your army just took a hit, then that's going to suck for you. Because what?
Chat, does it put the list to the point of unplayability? Probably not. It's definitely got a tickle. I guess the thematic of the Black Templars, I think, is quite cool. Again, if we're assessing this from, do people want to play you at the club? Yeah, sure. I'm playing Black Templars. Great, cool. No stress, no drama. Bring your list. It's Space Marines, so it's automatically the best. We've already discussed and agreed on the channel previously with full support of the chat and the community that Space Marines are the most fun faction to play, full stop. And it's why everybody plays 40k.
Mm-hmm.
You're just not waiting. You're not buying.
I'm not buying.
No?
What I will say is I've never really got the whole Black Templar thing. It's just kind of over my head a little bit. Just like,
really?
Whatever.
You never fancied being a bit of a zealot?
No.
Pretty
chill, man.
Never thought like, just really want to take to the streets and change the world? You never seen a banner waving in the sky and thought...
Not with this weather.
Not round these parts.
No.
Chat says... Oh, Adam. I'm going to keep reading Adam's out because he's been on form.
He's on one.
I will reread it though. Yeah, it's fine. Black Templars are for people who like sisters, but after they have gone through puberty. Azuma says, the list I took for the GT went up 145 points or 225 if I took the meta list. That is a points increase.
Eek.
That is cheeky.
Oh, what are you doing with that?
Ham says, Ironstorm and Crusaders spam got hit. Anything else from Templars is fun. And Rob says, the word list is unplayable, but as a Marine army, this is the one that's most fun to play if they're not in Ironstorm.
Yeah, I've seen...
That's Black Templar, isn't it?
No, that's Votann. Oh, no, sorry, that's Grey Knight. No, it's actually Grey Knight.
Get in there, Luke, with your eyesight. There.
I think it's either...
Brrr.
Yeah, it might be Cal Space Marines, but it could also be Votann, so it's close. No. Yeah, no, that's fine. That'll do.
I think they're A, because they're Space Marines.
Yeah.
And they're fun. I think they're really thematic. I think cool models, cool range. People want to play you. No one wants you to get in the bin. Blood Angels, though, different story. Get in the bin.
No, see...
No time for these.
It's the other way around for me. Black Templars are just bland. Whereas these are like space vampires.
Bland? They have stuff. They have,
Sensor bearers and...
outfit things.
Tabards,
that's the word. The white thing. Blood Angels, though. Oh, God.
They got vampires, nipple armor. They got the works.
Nipple armor.
Although I don't know if the new models have that, but the old
What do you need nipple armor?
the old sanguinary guards used to have nipples molded onto their breastplates, like an Adonis.
Interesting. Brandon says Blood Angels are for men who like Twilight. Do you like Twilight?
Can't say I've watched Twilight or read Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey.
I don't like Twilight actually. It's not my bag, Luke.
No.
So why? So you think Blood Angels? You think Blood Angels are in a good spot? The book is just. Is it the book officially out yet? I know people have got the book. Can they use it yet?
Oh, I think so. Not at my event.
I know because Callum was saying
the cut-off point.
And Liam, when I was chatting to Liam about it, he had the book and everything, but couldn't actually use it at an event.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I don't know why they do that, but whatevs.
Blood Angels, the second reason why there is black contrast paint. Says Thomas, welcome my friend to the chat. And Ham says, Blood Angels are almost as bad as Space Wolves. We'll come to Space Wolves.
Almost as bad, better than, same thing, innit? I put Blood Angels top of B.
Blood Angels top of B doesn't feel too controversial. That they've not been mega slapped.
I don't think they got the diversity in what they're doing.
People want to play. They've got a decent model range, a bit of fun.
Soapbox time.
Oh, demons.
S tier. When have you not had a fun game playing against demons?
Is Harvey in the chat? Yeah, there he is. He just commented then. Harvey absolutely smashed me with these. He was everywhere.
They got so many different.
He was everywhere, but it was fun. He was a great guy to play.
Different things.
They do have a lot of tricks, and I feel like list diversity.
Yeah,
seeing a lot of those juggernauts at the moment.
Yeah,
and I'm seeing Bellicor in every list.
No, you're not seeing Bellicor in every list. That's strictly fake news. He's all right.
It's just a grotesque postmodern psyop, and anyone who's fallen for this is brain damaged.
He's far from everywhere. You don't need him. You literally
don't need Bellicor.
Yeah, you could even write a list without any greater demons. Be a bit mad, but you could.
Don't even take the Papa.
You take Papa, yeah, because he's just.
There you go. Without any demons, when you take Papa,
yeah. You take the really good one.
Actually, you always take that model that never dies. Yeah. You take it.
Take the brutally undercosted one, but the rest you could do without.
What percentage of games do you think people go, I'll try and kill him, and then just roll?
Oh yeah,
it's four up in it. He's got 4 up. 4 up in Vun, 4 up for
a non-zero number. I was determined not to kill him in the game against play against Harvey recently, and he just waddled forward, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go for him."
Okay, chat are loving demons as well. There's a lot of S tier chat. Didn't take too much of a hit in the update?
Obviously.
Oh, the Ren Master went up. He's in every list.
Forgive me, my bias is showing, but I honestly don't think that you have a miserable game playing against them. You might have a frustrating moment with the Great Unclean One, but look at that little guy. You can't be mad at him. Just lollops around the board.
Some of the chat. Harvey says internal balance isn't brilliant. Great Unclean One should have gone down. What, down in points? The Great Unclean One?
Not down.
Please tell me you mean up, Harvey. You want me to please the masses?
If you don't want to put it in...
No, I get you. I get the attraction of demons. It's not an army for me, but I imagine if we're advising people what's a fun army to play right now based on where the meta's at and what happened in the balance, yeah, sure, I can see how demons are fun. Deep, broad collection. Models are a bit of fun. They've got lots of competitive lists.
Probably got the most creative freedom painting them as well, because you can paint them so many different ways. Fair. I've seen like the galaxies, inch-looking stuff. That's a demon, isn't it? Yeah, it's the one that you thought was a custodes.
Were you just S-ing? S. Oh, up. Got nerfed. Okay, so
yeah. I think they're good. They're just good, clean fun.
Chaos Knights can get in the bin. Anybody who put themselves through watching that game of me and Chris. Well, apparently people enjoyed it. It was fun. We had some good feedback.
Yeah.
However, they're just used. Like, there's Callum in the chat. Callum's going to absolutely lose his mind.
I think you could probably do 2 birds with 1 stone here and put both night flavors in D with chaos.
Toby's just joined the chat. Toby's going to absolutely spit feathers.
Is it fun though, Toby?
I'm going to do them both now. Where's chaos?
And chaos above them. They're there, mate. They're there.
I was just seeing if a bunch of stuff went down. Go on, point. This is a ridiculous process that I've created. Is that them? I'm sorry.
Yeah, chaos should be above. Chaos should be above the other one. That's it.
Listen, Toby's good with his knights, and Toby has a nice diverse list with his knights. He's gone a bit deeper into the range than I have. And he knows what he's doing with him. He was, when I interviewed him for the stream, he's second ranked Imperial Guard player in the country. So he knows his stuff. Imperial Knight, sorry. But I'm really not enjoying Imperial
They're a bit
Knights.
dry, aren't they? They're a bit like...
Yeah. Just too much stuff ends up relying on if I can roll the shots. I think it's because my list is absolutely garbage.
That
but
doesn't help.
I wouldn't recommend them as a faction. If someone's like, I'm looking for a fun 40k faction to play, I won't be like, oh, you want Chaos Knights or Chaos Demons? Sorry, yeah, Chaos Knights or Imperial Knights.
No.
I'd be thinking, it's quite skewy. You'll run over some people and they won't really enjoy the game. A lot of people grumble about them. The model range isn't broad and the rules are a bit bumpy.
Bumpy rules.
Chuck them all in together. CSM, another fan favourite. Nicholas says, you had your cursor on custodes. This is driving me insane. Did I? I'll find him in a second, don't worry. CSM. CSM are a weird one, aren't they? I did the Codex review with Rob, and there was a lot of people kind of worried about how CSM were going to come out off the back of the book. And I remember that discussion with Rob, and was both saying, yeah, these are going to come out and these are going to take some names. But they kind of come out and felt all right. Like,
It's all
if anything, a bit underpowered.
Cursed cultists really have sort of taken a lot of the limelight. When I played against a good shooty CSM list, LGT, but
Did you enjoy yourself?
Not really. No, I did. He was a lovely opponent.
Really, no.
Lovely opponent, and it was. I got a bit messed up on the score. Like all my secondary cards, I just wasn't drawing cards I could score, and then I was spending CP to draw better ones, and I just was not able to score them unless I would put stuff out and get absolutely twatted.
Ah, yes,
And
the
my
40k dilemma.
Yeah, and then my opponent was like, I'm able to hide and score 5 to 8 points every turn. So I was like, oh, shit. And I'm going, no, and I was going first, so I was just like, this isn't good. And yeah, but there's nothing against his list. He just played it very well. He didn't expose anything. It was just tough to get the drop on it. But I think CSM, they've got a lot of, again, like demons, there's a lot of variety, a lot of things you can do with it.
The detachments are all quite different and fun. Deep model range.
Yeah.
People don't get upset about you playing them.
No.
You can build a meta list and an off meta list.
Yeah. And I played recently 2 very shooty CSM lists, but both different detachments and both had very different units. They both had Vindicators in, but beyond that, there wasn't much overlap. Both
That's chaos, isn't it?
Different things.
No, that's World Eaters. That's chaos.
That's chaos, yeah. And
We hating him? I feel like we've not really had a bad word to say about him.
No, I think they're good.
We've not had a bad word to say about him. Guy will be absolutely over the moon when he comes back from his pub crawl on holiday.
And again, it comes back down to that thing, doesn't it? Do you ever people moaning about having to play against Chaos Space Marines? Not really.
No. Dark
Angels,
Angels.
however.
I had a game against Dark Angels recently from one of the Mind Gobblers. Top ranked team in the universe.
The universe.
And it was against Louis, who's a wonderful opponent to play. I'm sure many people have played in the chat. And I couldn't do anything. It was very, 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 very difficult to get anything out of them.
Did it feel like
they were absolutely ridiculous? I couldn't kill anything.
Sorry,
the maneuver
wet sponges at his army and nothing was
awful.
Really
Yeah, I mean, Grey Knights aren't exactly a mega damage yet. Oh, they're not awful, but it was just so hard.
You
to
haven't
kill
got much AP,
anything.
have you really?
Like -2. Well, there's -2s here and there, but they have so much damage reduction in this list that I just couldn't get through it.
No.
And the maneuverability just meant that the screening was very, very, very difficult to screen. The entire back was screened. I mean, Louis knows what he's doing, so this isn't going to be uniform against every single group. I feel quite mixed about Dark Angels because I think thematically, model range wise, awesome. I think the model range is absolutely mint. The Deathwing Terminators, the Deathwing Knights are just awesome models. They're so cool. They've got some great characters that are fun to paint. Yep. I like the thematic of the bikes. I think it's fun. So again, if someone's like, I'm after a faction, you'd be like, yes, Dark Angels, tick lots. It's such a 40k faction.
Yep.
On the table, feels a bit punchy. If I'm just putting my like, what's it like to play against them?
Yeah.
Frustrating.
Is
They're
it
very,
a
very
coincidence that we've just been singing the praises of Chaos Space Marines, and then we roll into Dark Angels and we're singing similar praises about them? Is that a coincidence?
What do you mean?
Seems a bit heretical.
Don't be getting Frankie too sweet in the chat kicking off. Adam says Dark Angels are for men who wear black nail polish.
Yes.
I think they're a little bit punchy at the moment, aren't they? And the model, everyone's saying the same thing in the chat. The model range is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure there's a huge amount of diversity in terms of what you can
I think that probably caps them around a B. Somewhere B-ish.
Cap them up today. Is that a Dark Angel? Sure is.
Yeah. Above guard, though. Above guard.
Get down there, guard. My dad worked at that, didn't I? Death Guards, Lords of the Indirect Fire now, apparently, and just bombard you all game. Guys having a right time with Death Guard.
See, I think people love them. They love to play them.
Not anymore.
They're
They're cheeky now.
This is up there with factions I would never play.
I'd never play Death Guard.
They're just plodding around the board.
Hang on, sorry, I've ignored a super chat. Everyone wants Guard at sea, therefore virgins. He super chatted it, so I read it out in full. Listen, if you super chat, if you do an intervention, then you do an intervention. There's not much I can say about it. I'm barely in control of this channel or stream. Soon I might not even be in control of the Discord if I lose that game against Liam.
Oh, yeah, I had to go to bed early, and I found out I'm playing Brandon.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in the members stream, but it got weird. It didn't get weird, but like it just got very complicated. So now we're having multiple games to decide who owns the Discord and potentially destroys everything we're trying to build. But, you know,
nice.
Everyone loves a gamble. Everyone loves to see someone get destroyed and see everything that they've built fall apart. That could be fun. How do I keep missing the custodes? Is that them? That's Necrons.
I don't know. Are they trolling you?
I don't think so. We'll get there. We'll get there, don't worry. Death Guard.
The only one left, wasn't it?
Guard to D, I paid more. Oh, Jesus.
I paid more.
We're going to be rich. It's like a bidding war. Personally, Death Guards thematically are not. They're not for me. But again, they're not on. If someone came to me and said, "How are Death Guard after the update? Are they a fun faction?" I'd actually think they're probably on the up at the moment. They've not had a great time. Death Guard have been fairly underpowered for a decent chunk. They've got some. They've had a couple of points drops, no increases. Mortarian's gone down.
Got a couple of good units with the characters.
Guard to F. What is going on now?
And that. So that there is some potency there, but I just find it dull. Like the whole similar vein to Custodes. It's like, I'm going to stand here and you don't want to charge me. It's like, okay, that's not very fun.
They're not very dynamic, are they?
No. I think where did we put Custodes in the end?
Guard to F. Guys, I can't get them any lower than D. Stop! Don't super chat lower than. Get them Guard to B. I shouldn't have said this. This is the point where the stream gets ruined by the community. It's all a bit of fun. How
fun.
boring a person are you equals Death Guard? Says Crack Attacker. Welcome, mate. Good to have you on the stream. Point them out.
Yeah.
Did I get them?
Morning. Yep.
C.
Yeah. It's pretty.
I think I'm not excited about Death Guard.
Indifferent. That's how I feel about Death Guard.
Oh, not these. Guard to A, lads. What is going on?
Drukhari.
I appreciate everyone's super chat, by the way. This is helping me afford a hotel room at the weekend when I stream the UKTC event, to be blunt. So I appreciate you all, lads.
Drukhari is low key one of my least favourite armies to play against.
Really? Is this just because of Tom Hampshire?
No, it's
No,
not.
joking, Tom.
It's because they got abilities and things which I think should belong to other factions, and it just winds me up. And I don't like the aesthetic. They're not very nice people, and it's just
I like the fact there's a lot of red on the screen right now. That's the only thing I'm happy about.
Yeah.
Archon, get up in points, Archon.
Did they tickle down Incubi? It's interesting that they decided to. I listened to a podcast today where they said
Hellions are down.
listen to they got rid of they put points on Incubi and the Archon, and it's like you didn't need to do both because supposedly Incubi aren't very good without the Archon. It's kind of like the combination of the two. So it's a bit heavy-handed, but I don't like the faction, so they can take all the nerfs. So more nerfs.
Tom, what do you think, mate? Me and Tom were chatting about the other night, but I can't remember exactly what he said because he was getting a bunch of TTS games in on with one of our crew with Magno. And I think he said that, you're not going to see all that red and come out of that and be like, oh yeah, no, it's great. Like they've definitely taken a hit.
But it's good,
I don't mind playing against them so much because I think Drukhari one of those factions where like they're very good.
Yeah,
it's a really good army. Wait, it wasn't at the beginning of the edition. They were pretty. I just need to move you so I can see more. They were pretty ropey, but they came good after they did the army rule change. And then the thing that really upsets me about them is that 12-inch bubble that the Archon wanders around with. I know that is the new rule for extra CP, but that is just so annoying when that thing jumps out and then wrecks all your stratagems.
Yeah, I just don't like the army. So I'm just gonna say D.
You're just gonna say D. I don't think they're as bad as D. I think they're a B or a C. I'd say they're a low B.
Split the diff and go C.
Wait, you said D?
I said D and you said B, so I said split the diff and let's go C.
Ross says Drukhari in A, you have to be good to get results or lucky if you're Tom. Whoa! Shots fired. Shots fired.
S plus.
Genestealer cults can get in the bin.
I've never had anyone
They can absolutely get in the bin. If someone said I want to play Genestealer cults, I'd be like, do you enjoy picking models up off the floor, putting them on the table and taking them off the table every 10 minutes?
Nah. Yeah,
that's stressful army to play this, Luke. I'm not sure these are fun. Come on.
As a first army, it's a challenge, isn't it? Like, the learning curve is going to be extreme.
Yeah. They're not in, are they in a good place right now?
Yeah.
There's a lot of down arrows.
Yeah, needed it.
Go on then, chat through GSC because you've been playing these guys loads in this edition.
Model the range, even though there's a lot of boxes on there, a lot of them are just characters, so that's a bit unfun. There's not an awful lot of unit diversity, but
in my head, right?
Yeah.
I played a lot of GSC, ton of games. Well, decent chunk of games against you and people at the club, and in my head, there's two units: aberrants, and then the annoying bomb men, and the rest I just don't even register. That's all I see when I play.
about Genestealer. It's just like the name.
I don't care about them. They're stupid. There's aberrants, which are like hard to kill, super annoying, stand in the middle of the board,
and bomb boys,
and then bomb boys.
Bomb boys.
Yeah, and the rest is just chaff crap that just keeps appearing and annoying you. And the buggies, Uber drivers.
Bombing's not as good as it used to be. They're all about flamers now. Flamers are reroll wounds.
Really? They got
if you stand on an objective, you get rerolls to wounds. So that's quite nice.
Guard to D now, Ross. Lads, this is a real. Anyone who's just joining the stream, basically, it's turned into a super chat bidding war for where guard go, and it's become very aggressive.
GSCB, because tell you this: do you ever have an unfun game against GSC?
Tell you this.
People don't mind playing against GSC. It's always something weird and fun and interesting going on.
Appreciate the super chat, Ross. Told you're a good lad. Well, you say that, Luke, but when something's 3-inch, can they do the 3-inch deep strike? They can't they?
Only one detachment can.
Yeah, and then bomb you.
No, but the bombs aren't very good anymore. No one's literally nobody's taking demo charges.
No one's taking the suitcases.
No.
No. Well, is that not okay to say?
No, it just made me laugh. But no, honestly, no one's taking those anymore because they're rubbish. They used to be oppressive, and now they just don't work. They used to be D6 plus 3 shots. They're just D6 shots now.
Can you take a versatile amount of lists? No. One list. There's one list. There's one list.
No, there's
two
Innes
lists.
is doing well with the Outlander claw.
Ross says people who play GSC make sisters players look normal. There's 2 lists you can play.
And there's more than 2.
Okay.
There's at least 3.
Okay. Where are they on there?
I think solid B, bottom of B. Because where are they on there?
Sorry about this, guys.
Bottom of B, I reckon.
I don't think
Nobody minds playing with them because it's fun.
Guy, I'm sorry about what we did to Death Guard.
I'm not.
Adam says GSC. I'm going straight in, so I apologize.
No,
if I read anything out, I'm sorry. GSC are the only S+ tier army in Warhammer 40,000 Rage. The models are creative. They take skill to work. They're also based on the Irish heroes who fought against British oppression. Irish GSC S+. We can say that because we're British, so no one could be offended. Whew, that was close. We just dodged a but Grey Knights. Which are Grey Knights? That one.
Yep.
Boom.
Moving on. Imperial Agents.
S+ for sure.
For shit.
For sure. Best faction in the game right now. Points reductions have gone under the radar.
You got away with that.
I don't think. They did get away with it. I don't think Grey Knights are awful to play against. I think they're one of them factions where people are like, oh god, you got Grey Knights, you got Mist, you can jump around and do loads of stuff.
Mist
but
isn't fun.
No, Mist isn't fun, but good players can play around Mist, and I actually think it does give you something to think about. There's a lot of armies that just sit on the table, like we talked about custodes. Oh, can I kill them all objectives? At least Grey Knights give you some Grey Knights to see for a £2 super chat. Can I super chat myself?
Focus.
Sorry. I just want to out super start my own bidding war. Come on, they're a great faction to play. The models are cut. Who doesn't want to field loads of Terminators and Dread Knights? They mint on the table. They're balanced.
I did have a really fun game against Freddie at Hobby Henchman. When I played the RTT, it was very cagey. Grey Knights dancing around everywhere. Lots to think about. So yeah, that is it. It annoys me to admit it, but yeah, that is actually a good point. You do get interesting game.
Yeah, they're fun. Then they don't, and also they don't. If we're thinking about what makes 40k fun, armies that remove agency from the game are really bad. So armies that like stop you doing anything or just shoot you when you can't do anything about it, no fun. But armies that react to you doing stuff, I think, are not as bad. I know they're a good faction, and they're definitely one of the people like, oh god, I didn't realise that I do the other. A bit like World Eaters when you shoot the Berserk, which I did.
Oh god, yeah,
We'll talk about that in members.
Don't shoot them.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I forgot that. You know, Mist can be a similar thing of like, oh, I forgot you got Mist, but it's a stratagem, so you know you can't just do it forever. Zimbo says Grey Knights are effing boring. They don't even paint their armor. Right, Adam. In a minute, I'm going to super chat £2.50 to put them back where they belong.
What's the next one?
Sorry, I was trying to multitask.
But
they are they're S tier. Come on, Imperial Agents can get in the bin. I don't want to talk about them.
Nah, it's just skip over them.
We've talked about Imperial Knights. They're in the bin. Oh.
Well, I think the vast majority of people in Brighton seem to think that Leagues of Votann are the shit. Like, they've gone from having one Votann player to 25. Like,
why? Yeah, it's Brandon's printing.
Oh, I don't know. Actually, I'm going to say only nice things about Brandon's printing until he prints the
I've got
dice
my
box
credit
for
card details in to do this thing. So annoying that I can't get them back. Sorry.
You forget you're in full control of the display.
Right.
You can put them wherever you want.
I know, but I did just say crew separate from... okay, fine, we'll do separate crew. I've played a ton of games against Votann because everyone's playing Votann now. You see them absolutely everywhere. Model range isn't huge.
No.
But thematically quite cool. No? Okay. I don't know.
No, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They're a bit different. Again, they're one of their armies that it's quite unique on the table. Can be fairly oppressive to play against. A lot of people get smashed by them. The casino cannons.
Yeah, when
either
they
ruin
pop
your
off.
day or you just like,
Oh, Tom Green did that against me.
what, you casinoed you?
Yeah, I had the Triumph for St. Catherine as like the last model left alive, and it was going to get me some points on the table, and he just wandered off, and he overwatched it, got 6s, and just like nuked it off the table. I was like, he was like, yeah, sorry about that.
Oh.
I was like, what the hell?
Casinoed you away. I can see the attraction of playing Votann from a playstyle perspective. Like, I think I can.
Yeah.
I've played them enough to know that my opponent, like, is making choices and having a bit of fun, and they're in a strong position. I think from being on the other end of the table, people that are good with Votann smash people's heads in.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure you can. I guess you could take an off meta list and take something that's like a bit, but the model range isn't that deep, so it's kind of like.
Yeah, I do enjoy it when Steve puts a grudge token on something and says that's a grudging. I quite like
That's
that.
that's nice. He did that against me. That's a grudging.
Never doesn't get a laugh.
It's pretty annoying though when all your units have 2 grudge tokens on them.
Yeah,
I find that fairly annoying.
See,
Really?
what were you going to say?
I was going to be him.
Yeah, I'm happy with bottom of B.
B.
But I get it. They're quite a new faction. They're got a lot of appeal.
Yeah, I just think they're a bit
just
of
not
fun. They're a bit of
my
fun.
cup of
Not
tea.
not a huge model range, but it's a bit like Dark Angels. They're quite cool. Deep Rock Galactic vibes. Tom says that's very true. Necrons, another army that was a bit of a bogeyman. What is it? Is it bogeyman or boogeyman? No, boogeyman's someone who dances. I guess it's bogeyman.
Bogeyman. It's all about the bogey.
A boogeyman, just dancing all his life. Necrons. Thankfully, there's a lot of red pointing up.
Tesseracts,
they were-
destroyers, monolith, Not sure an awful lot's changed really. I mean, you just got a bit less stuff. Maybe can't take quite so many Catans if you're wanting to be a bit more balanced.
I feel like Necrons are one of them factions that are really good, but no longer really good to the point where like you can't have a good game against them.
Yeah, I think weirdly, even though you got the Hypocrite thing, which is a lot of uppy downy, similar to Grey Knights, I don't know what it is about them, but it doesn't feel as fun as Grey Knights. Like monoliths jumping up and down and doing this, that, and the other. I mean, obviously you can screen against it, but I don't know what it is. I can't really articulate it very well, but I don't often enjoy playing Necrons, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just the resurrecting models.
They abuse the rule that I hate the most, Overwatch,
Oh, yeah.
which upsets me.
I'd like to see Overwatch disappear.
Oh, Brandon says Votann S tier. I'm going to have to mark the ones that people are trolling off into different areas with super chats. It's annoying you that, Luke. Sorry, I've said it now. I can't go back on it.
What?
That people are moving them around through
Oh,
super
no, I
chats.
don't mind.
Adam says Necrons are another completely original faction to the Warhammer 40,000 universe. They are S+ tier due to their strategic intricacy, fair play, and simply fun design. They are what factions should aspire to become.
Who said that?
That is a bizarrely sensible comment from Adam. Is this ChatGPT or Adam?
I don't believe him.
Adam,
He's
where's the
trolling.
punchline? Where's the punchline?
You put them wherever feels right for you, because I again, they're just a bit like,
I would never
Yeah.
play Necrons. I just can't handle the robot vibe. I don't
Nah.
like it. I'm old school 40k. The newer factions.
have you seen the Spruecrons? That's the guy who's made an entire Necron army out of GW sprues. It's literally like little stickmen. And people are like,
Could maybe
the best part about that is Games Workshop can't even turn it away because it's made out of 100% Games Workshop pieces. Yeah.
B.
Yeah, B's. Yeah.
I think B's alright for Necrons. I think they're if you want a faction that's in a strong position, Necrons are good. They've got a deep model range. I think there are like 2 or 3 builds that you could go down. I just think they're fairly solid. People don't hate you. Have you found Custodes? Oh, it's there.
There it is.
Wait, was it C? Yeah, no.
Super chat where you'd like Custodes to be. Because I
Super
can't
chat.
remember.
Orks, Adam.
S plus. And I will
Adam.
die on this hill.
Everyone be well behaved in the chat, please. Orks, S tier.
S plus.
Oh, here we
S
go.
plus,
We're going
S
to have
plus.
to deal with Orks now, aren't we?
You can go Green Tide, you can go Bully Boys, you can go Kill Cans, Dread Mob, all the shit. You can do it. You can, whatever your
Here we go.
dreams
They're all
may
gonna
be,
come out in force now, aren't
they can come true.
S plus. Oh, here we go. Bloody orcs.
You can't spell fun without orcs.
What? What? Wait a minute.
Forks.
Oh God.
Easiest decision. you've ever
Really?
made. Yeah, man.
Oh, I just don't find them. I don't like them all.
I
I just find them so stupid. I just find them like just.
It's
I just find them. Do you know what? I just find them a bit cringe. If I'm honest,
yeah.
this is a bit too much.
You've got to embrace it.
The wiring and just like there's just the stupidity of them.
You got to let
They're
all that.
mushrooms.
let all that go.
They're like.
Yeah.
On one hand, you have like, you know, the best fact Space Marines. Strong power. You know what I mean? I can imagine a world where like Space Marines are a thing.
Without any power armor,
Mushrooms
on,
that grow
an
into
orc
giant green things.
would tear a Space Marine limb from limb without their power armor. They're strong.
And
Orcs.
talk like this.
There
I
it
mean,
is.
I'm an orc.
And how much fun was that, Paul? To sound like an orc for a little bit. Good. To really let off steam there. Really let
I'm
yourself
going to
go.
lose to the chat.
Yeah.
Although I'm going to read Adam's comment out because hang on, I'm
Do you not
going
have
to
fun?
pre-read it.
On a serious
Too
note,
lively.
taking away, because that divides opinion. I get that. Like
Paul is
someone
an orc.
screaming "wah" in your face, whatever. But like when you actually play against orcs, do you not enjoy the game? Do you not think they're quite a fun faction to play against?
No, because he's always played by an orc player. Always an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
Ross says orcs are as strong as my hairline. Well, Ross says that about himself. Orcs are strong as my hairline. Would orcs be Leeds fans? Asked Ones for One Bulls. It's got a point. More Tyranids, I think, like destroyers of worlds. Go on then, fine. We'll leave them up there, you nutters. Space Marines.
Yeah. I mean, if I get orcs, then I'll stay quiet about Space
I
Marines.
genuinely don't know how anybody could disagree. Actually,
I can't.
hang on. Wait.
even to this
I just
day-
remembered how much they've been slapped.
Even to this day, I still can't tell if you're being like serious or you actually mean that you think they're the funnest thing. Like, if this is just some like big troll, I'm not sure.
If someone came up to me right now, Rob says they have the same IQ as Leeds fans. Right. You're walking to Coventry this weekend. If someone said to me, I want a fun faction post data slate. This is what this whole exercise is, right? Data slate's come out. I want a fun faction.
Orcs.
No, I wouldn't say orcs. I'd go, right, Space Marines, new Primaris range. That's a bit of fun. Strong models, powerful models, good to paint, decent range, look good, chunky, big guns. Have you played Space Marine 2? It's that.
Yep.
Right? Sell already. Bang, bang, bang. Playstyle wise, not a huge amount of diversity. No. Unless you want to dip into like Blood Angels, get up in the face, Dark Angels. But if we're talking vanilla Space Marines,
Gladius, isn't it?
yeah. But they got Eradicators went up, the Biologists went
I
up,
don't know why they touched
the
them.
Assault Intercessors went up, which were all the staple of that list. But I don't think that list was that. I mean, it was a really good list. I played them, Nick, in the league. It's a great list,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's like a list that needs
It's
1,
misleading.
2, 3 points increases.
No.
Oh wait, well technically 4, because the enhancements went up.
Some stuff went out.
Don't be making me yawn.
No.
Feels unnecessary what they've done. Tim was saying this as well on Discord. Like,
ATV, yeah.
Robert, welcome as a member, my friend. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you very much. Get on our Discord. We have lots of daft and fun chats, much like the complete carnage that's going on in chats.
Nah.
Louis joined us. Talking about you earlier, Louis. Welcome, my friend.
What's the next faction then?
Well, hang on. Sorry. I know I'm not going mega fast.
So
I would have Space Marines up here just 'cause I think they're great, but I think that
you
they
can't
have
put
been
them any
tickled.
lower than A, I think, because again, they are the poster
Come
child
on.
for this
That's why everyone plays
this
for it,
universe. Yeah.
Everyone wants to be a Space Marine. Am I right? Space Wolves.
Some people want to be a fairy.
That's true, Luke. I'm not sure how many of them play 40k.
Well, if you're into Space Wolves.
Oh,
then
right.
might
That's
be,
what
yeah.
you're saying about Space Wolves.
Yeah. I wasn't revealing some
Are
sort
the
of...
puppies on it? That's a puppy.
That's
Yeah,
a puppy.
Oh, no one wants to get into Space Wolves prison. It's incredibly uninteractive and not much fun at all. But it's a good list.
Thundercav's gone up. Good.
And he was in all the lists. And he was in all the lists, wasn't he?
Bjorn.
Space Jail.
Yeah. Space Jail.
Well, isn't it? Because Cav just run and stop you doing anything. They literally just block the entire board with their stupid models, and you can't really do anything about it.
Yep.
Thematically cool, model range cool. I don't think. I don't know. I'm a mixed bag. What does chat think?
I think put them a similar place to Dark Angels.
Chat going mad.
Put them next to their bitter rivals.
The jail bit is really not a fun experience, and I wouldn't put them next to what?
Dark Angels. Put them next to their best buds.
I'm putting them one down from it.
Yeah.
I'm glad they've had a tickle up. Oh, here we go. Fishermen.
Oh, just sick in my
Right.
mouth a little
Ross
bit.
wants us to split this into two. Crew versus Tau. Crew, let's do them first. I think the models are cool. Very thematic. I'm just not sure how competitive they are. Although there was some chat in the Discord today about how decent
They're because they're a bit of an unknown entity. Like people expect Tau to do Tau things, and then you go, oh wait, it does what? And it's there's a lot of stuff going on. You got to stack certain things and
with the crew.
And so you got to play it well. And like Ross has been playing it a few games now, and it do little things like set up the debuff, so you get bonuses to your output if your target is below half strength or below starting strength. So do little things like position and then throw grenades. It's like, right, you've lost a model now, so now everything gets a bonus to shoot it. And little things like that, which you got to try and work towards and set up.
I love that play style. That reminds me of the game that Shat been aimed. That's what that's all about. Just teeing up synergies.
Yeah, because other than standing in the way, which is the other thing Groot do a good job of doing, then it's that's what you got to work because all the stuff just dies. It's a bit like GSC. It's just like you will be picking up models and putting them back on the box.
Ross, how competitive is it, honestly, with your competitive coaching mindset on? Ross says Crew S tier, Tau D tier.
Yeah, on the 40k scale of fun, that's hard to argue with.
What you reckon, Tau or a deer?
Yeah, ask Brandon what he thinks of Tau.
Brandon, what do you think of Tau? Tell us in the chat. Rob said, I'd say Crew, but Ross keeps running from our game. Uh-oh. Chat drama. Wait, that's Tau.
Yep.
I don't think Tau are a great fun army to play.
No,
I think they're quite reductive.
I don't think anybody's going to argue with you.
I don't think they're the most fun. No. Tau, I can't read that out, Brandon. Ross, we'll come back to Crew. Tell me how competitive they are, because that's going to influence my decision. 1,000 Suns, get in the bin, get in the bin, get in the bin. Red, 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 red. Yes, yes.
Agnes the Red, yeah. So you don't think they're a very fun army to play then?
I think 1,000 Suns, before all this stuff went red, were very, very, very difficult to play against and had some rules which are just way too strong. The Cabal points, I just get way too many. I don't like the army rule. It's really good. The Flamers, it's just way too strong.
Yeah.
And Magnus's indirect gun. Stop putting unfun things in the game like that. Do not allow ridiculous models to be completely invulnerable to any attack and shoot you with a really high-powered gun for like 1 CP or whatever it is. Don't let that happen. That's a bad rule.
Yeah.
And it's still there.
I also glaze over a little bit when they talk about Cabal points.
They love it. They love it. It's like a PowerPoint.
Just wait.
It's like a presentation.
Wake me up when you're telling me I've got to roll saves.
Well, this is how the Cabal points work. It's 205 a turn. I can spend 4 of them to make this invincible, and I can spend 1 to pick that up and put it. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love pulling off the heads in Space Marine 2. I can see the attraction as an army. I think the model range is quite cool. I think the thematic of them is pretty cool.
Minis are good.
I think post this, people will want to play you more. But if you go into a faction because you want to be really competitive and you've just bought a massive 1,000 Suns range, you're probably going to have a ropey few months of like them not being as punchy as they are.
I think their model range bumps them from D to C on the fun scale.
Yeah, Tom says, wake me up when I take 15 mortal wounds. Yeah, they're just...
Yeah. Yes.
Wait, that's T-Sons.
That's it. Yeah. First one was not.
Top of C.
Bottom of C.
Bottom of C. Oh, Tyranids. I love Tyranids.
That's what makes
Love Tyranids.
Like, they are, again, it's kind of a bit like Orks, really. A nice archetypal, fun element of 40k.
Yeah.
It's fun just to shoot bugs.
I'd put Tyranids pretty high because I think the model range is absolutely awesome. They've got some really cool models. It's a really broad model range, and I know they're not the strongest at the moment, but they're by no means awful.
No.
They're winning tournaments with a kind of weird Crusher Stampede list. There was an event last weekend that someone won with just a standard. The main detachment. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, right, okay.
But like a classic kind of Nids list.
Classic
I think the
Nids.
Vanguard list, if you're into Lictors and Death Leapers, is a really
That
cool list to
looks
play.
Heaps of fun as an
Yeah.
archetype and a thing. Like, I think it would be, for me, I would be frustrated playing it because I think going into good players,
It dies. Yeah. I got the list and had a few games. It just dies.
Yeah, people go, oh, you could do this. I'm going to try and stop you doing that.
Yeah.
Here's some nurglings.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I think it would be great fun to play.
Yeah. And I think they're on the up. I think Tyranids are one of them armies where like I wouldn't be surprised if they give them a little tickle at some point in the future and get them back on the grid.
Yeah.
Tyranids are S plus tier, will always be S plus tier. The models are exceptional and original. They are the bad guys for all factions, so playing against them will be narrative. Plus, you get to tickle with a tentacle.
I was just about to say, has somebody like taken him away somewhere? Are you in danger? But then the last part of that
the last
redeemed
is
it.
say something
There
after
it
the
is,
end.
he's there.
World Eaters. Whoa, played them in the league on Tuesday. I can see the attraction of this army. That's a fun army to play with, his World Eaters.
I like the existence of this army in the meta, and in like it's fun that something like this exists where you can just be like aggro and just really good. And even if you're being conservative and not just going full send all the time, and you can stage, you can do things like, oh, I'm still in danger even if I'm not being punched in the head right this second. I love it. I think it's fun.
I think it's got to be up there because it's one of them armies as well that is it's a good army, but it's not like completely stupid. This is no fun. I don't want to play this game anymore. Like Angron will kick your head in, but you can kill him and he might come back. Like it's not, it's not this kind of like really oppressive rule, and that is a fun mechanic. Like gambling for that Angron return is cool. If anything, I'd say they probably need a bit of a buff because I think like points wise, you're paying a lot. You're paying premium prices for all their units.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a buff you want to give them. I think they're okay now. I think they're probably in a good spot, like the Goldilocks. I think they're in the Goldilocks zone. I think they're doing all right. I think as well, like they reward good play as well. Like the faction rewards you being.
Do they
good
reward
at the game.
drinking 7 pints and not knowing your name, Brandon?
Because you got to know
Talk
combat.
about him in the moment.
You got to know combat and the tricks and the movement and stuff, like to really get the most out of World Eaters. I think
Bottom of S or top of A?
I think yeah,
of A?
happy with either of them. Yeah.
Top of A. Oh,
What do we miss?
Wait, who's that?
That was Imperial Agents, which we just sacked off. Just put them in. Yeah, there you go.
get in the bin.
Not a real army. Sorry, Ross.
What? Someone plays Imperial Agents?
I think Ross said he was putting together or was it Death Watch?
Zimbo screams, blood for the blood for God Emperor, skulls for the Golden Throne. Be upsetting Frankie too sweet if Frankie joins the chat. There we go, mate.
Nailed it.
Enjoyed that. Good chat through the fractions. Lads that watched us live and are members, we are going to do a members show where we're going to give out the Harambe Award, which I've actually literally designed a T-shirt for.
Yes.
Show you guys. We're going to talk about the RTT, and I'm going to share, I don't know, some reflections that you'll probably all give me a hard time about, but well, I think are interesting. You'll soon find out in about 30 seconds when I click the members stream. Luke, thanks for that, matey. Appreciate you going through them with me. Thanks to everyone that's taken part in the chat. Please like the video. If you've got this far, lads, all 47 of you, please click the like button. It helps with the algorithm. And see you on the Discord. If you've made it through this far and you're not a member, then why not become a member? It's only $2.99 a month, and you get like loads of members videos. There's like over 60 members videos on there now. We've got a Discord where we chat about 40k and a whole bunch of other games through the day and make daft memes. It's all a good bit of fun. So, and it supports the channel. It allows us to do more stuff like this. So consider being a member. Thanks, my friends, members. Put it on the Discord.
Where are you going this weekend?
Oh yeah, I'm streaming Coventry with Rob and Looney. Hopefully,
UKTC Coventry.
UKTC Coventry. We're streaming UKTC from Friday morning all the way through to Sunday. 3 days of Warhammer 40,000. So join us live from Friday to Sunday, streaming UKTC this very weekend.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, come watch that and see those of you that are members very shortly in the member stream.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope.